everybody? Welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Dan, the man with a plan. Say, Dan, the man with a plan, Dan.
Dan with the man with the plan, Dan.
Loved it. Love it. Dan will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can get his favorite questions or comments sent over to us. Today we are continuing our exploration of Historic here in preparation for this weekend's events and looking back at last weekend's events that had a lot of cool results. I think the format's really fun. You're definitely dominated by Sultai, and 4-color is definitely the number one deck. But there's things that are coming up to target it. You know, all the Sultai players are just like, you're wrong for playing other things. And they might be right, but you know, even when our very own Cedric Phillips is starting to play Sultai and even got $1,000 in that arena open with it, you know that Sultai's probably just pretty good.
Yeah, that's generally a pretty strong sign.
Exactly.
Like you said, definitely a lot of decks, coming up to challenge Sultai's position at the top of the metagame. And I think the one that you've got for this round is probably at the top of the list.
Yes.
Number one challenger ready for that heavyweight title bout.
No kidding. And honestly, just what really good grinders are starting to pick up. And all the people that are starting to pick it up are the people you'd expect that like to play these kind of decks. The Abe Corbin. Is it Corbin or Corbin?
Corrigan.
Okay. I knew I was getting it all wrong. He picked it up. He loves those big brain style of decks. Yeah. A ton of different grinders are picking that style up.
Players.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the perfect explanation for it. All the amulet players are starting to pick it up because honestly, I do believe it has the highest ceiling as far as decks go. The colorless ramp combo was like the intro into what we could do with Paradox Engine, and these are refining it now. Kinnan with Paradox Engine and Mox Amber, those three cards together just add up to some insane value, and then
that's an engine, the old mana engine that you can build a deck around, and that's what people have moved to.
Exactly. So this deck can combo as early as turn 3. It's not that hard to disrupt though, like even Dreadhorde Arcanist, I was like, okay, should I be more prepared for this? Do I think it's bad? Do I think it's good? And I have come to the conclusion that I think I have a good matchup because all my spot removal, like you were saying, is online with them. So I can claim Emery, return Bomat, did that one, so that was pretty cool. But the one version that did give me trouble was that Escape the Wilds version. So I just think, we haven't found the final form of this deck yet. And in fact, I already think there's a better version than this. And it's been a day, So I think this deck has the high hopes to be something very special.
Yeah, to me, this deck looks a lot like Modern Storm.
Ooh, I was going to say Modern Urza, but...
No, so a Storm, once again, is a combo deck where the creature removal is live.
Yep.
Which is normally something that you try to avoid in combo decks. One of the benefits of playing them is often that you get to blank a certain section of your opponent's disruption, usually creature removal. But in this case, Goblin, Electromancer, and Baral were too powerful to ignore for Modern Storm. In the case of Paradox Engine, it's Emery and Kinnan.
Yeah.
So you're playing those really powerful creatures. You have the capability of really explosive starts. The Modern Storm can win as early as turn 2, sometimes turn 3, often wins on turn 4 if undisrupted.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. But because you have so many angles and ways to attack the deck, whether by disrupting the creature element, or typical ways, Thought Seizes, counter spells, a little bit of graveyard hate can work against either deck. A lot of different ways. Usually, you're able to keep them off those really fast draws, but both decks have really high levels of resiliency.
Yeah,
there's so much baked-in card advantage to each archetype. Here with Uro, with Emery, and things like that. Even with Kinnan, sometimes you're activating that when you have a ton of extra mana.
Plenty of time. Yeah,
that you're able to win really long games and grind through a lot of disruption for your opponent, and that's the strength of the deck.
Yeah.
And so I think that parallels between the two really nicely. And the thing is just going to be finding the exact right, pieces to give you the best resiliency possible.
Yeah.
And Escape to the Wilds, I agree, is a really good way of doing it. Though this list eschews those for a little bit of a black splash with some Maelstrom Pulses. just to, answer key pieces of hate from the opposing side. And then a Singleton Scarab God in the sideboard is a nice alternate win condition.
Yeah, I like it. You know what I picture with this deck? I picture, like, we're at a convention center, right? We're at one of those long tables, and there's just a Storm player sitting with his deck, like, going like this. He's like, my deck's not that good in Modern right now. And then there's a Urza player over there just hitting his deck. He's like, my deck's not that good without Mox Opal or Oko anymore. And I'd be like, they just look... And they just smashed their decks together, and now they made a powerful deck.
You got Urza in my Storm deck. You got Storm deck in my Urza.
Yes, I'm glad you're following along here.
It's the Reese's Peanut Butter commercial from like 1998.
I knew I saw that advertisement somewhere.
Yeah. I remember that commercial.
Oh man, too good. All right, everyone, we're gonna get this match started. You won, so you lost, so you get to go first.
I was gonna say I won. Ooh, this one better than I thought.
Yes.
Was I dreaming? Yeah, the same seems fine.
I think I got a mulligan. This is far too many lands. Is that not good?
I mean, your deck does need a lot of mana.
It does, but that's a little excessive. I'd be casting Giganta real quick. Turn 4 Elk. Let's go.
A little 5/5.
Yes. Giganta, surprisingly, not that great, but it is kind of absurd when you have Giganta out and you start Paradox Hunting. You add so much mana and then you just activate Kinnan forever. So just on generic mana, you just tap it and you just got to pay blue
A lot of
green
people
for
aren't
Kinnan.
playing that in paper.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a nightmare
Oh,
to track.
no kidding. Yeah, okay. All right, this hand is better. A little awkward, but I think we can safely just put this to the bottom, and let's do it.
Rogern Triumph.
Okay. I have a lawnmower. Here we go.
Sulfur Falls.
Okay.
Pass a turn. On your draw step, Gust of the Llanowar Elves.
Gust. Do I want this? So I'd be playing it next turn. That doesn't seem good enough to me. So let's put that on the bottom.
Got him.
Go.
Plains Pass.
Okay. All right. I have a Chromatic Sphere.
Sure.
I will add green. That's not very good. Pass to you. My hand is super awkward.
What am I scared of next turn? That's what I'm scared of. Okay. Play a Steam Vents tapped and pass.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 and go for a Karn. That's probably not going to resolve.
I will cast a Disallow.
Okay. Your go.
So you're at 18.
Yep.
I will go to 18 for Hallowed Fountain and play Teferi.
Teferi. Okay.
Plus that Teferi.
Okay.
Untap 2 lands, pass a turn.
All right. I feel very, very behind. I am going to play Mox Amber. Kinnan.
Kinnan is much better. Sure.
Okay. And add 2 and go for a Karn.
That is a very good turn.
Yeah, not bad. Resolve.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna negative. Before I negative, I'm gonna just see what I got. But pretty shocking if I'd be not negativing here. Okay. So now it's do I want to? It's all negative, and now it's do I want to get either Spyglass for Teferi, combo piece of Paradox Engine. This deck does not play a way to give my creature haste. That seems like a punt. That was the one thing I loved about the Fae of Wishes version, is you could get God's Pharaoh's Gift to target Emery to then have haste so you could combo the same turn. Isn't there even just an artifact that it's like 3 mana equipment? something gets hit.
Oh,
haste.
there's definitely a million artifacts you could use to give haste.
Yeah,
The
that seems
equipment you were
like
thinking of is Strider Harness. Equips for 1.
Yep,
Gives
yep.
+1/+1 in haste.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, let's go with. Yeah, combo piece. Pass to you.
Okay. Let's draw with the fairy.
Okay.
I will play a cast out on the Karn
Okay.
and end step untap 2 lands.
Okay.
You're up.
Let's see. Now, what do we want to do?
Oh, I should have played this last turn. Imagine I played this as a land last turn.
Okay.
Just forgot that card existed.
Yeah, no problem. Let's start with. I don't think I just want to jam combo piece here, but I guess I can. All right, I lied. Let's go with. Karn?
Absorb that.
Absorb.
We'll go to 21.
Okay. So probably whatever I was casting was getting absorbed. Now let's go with Emery.
Sure.
Uro. Nope. And land tap and attack to fairy. Your go.
Plus fairy.
Okay. I was really hoping you would cast out. That seemed like what I was hoping you would do.
Play Hollow Fountain tapped.
Okay.
You have 1 card in hand, and I know it's Paradox Engine.
Yep.
Play a Narset of the Hidden Way.
Okay.
I will plus for a red mana, go to 23,
Okay.
and cast Anger of the Gods.
No, it's like anything but a creature removal, please.
I don't have many of those.
I'm
You got
dead.
Pretty unlucky. And step all untap 2 lands.
Okay.
Yes.
I will play this.
That resolves.
Okay, I will play land and pass to you. Now I'm very dead. Yeah, I played against this deck Arena Open Day 2. Eliminated someone by the name of Adrian Sullivan playing this deck. And I absolutely destroyed him. And I would have destroyed him even more, but there's a fun bug that I have to deal with Dreadhorde Arcanist decks, is when you try to escape stuff, Claim Fame gets in the way of other cards because it's so wide. So I accidentally just exiled the wrong card. It was super frustrating.
I really want to do this because it's cool.
Do it. Do it. I mean, you can do some cool stuff here. I'm very dead.
Yeah, I feel ahead, so I'm going to do cool stuff.
All right, good call. Good call.
I'm going to cast Cleansing Nova on artifacts and enchantments.
Okay. Love it.
Then I am going to -2 Narset.
Okay.
Okay, discard to fairy, deal 5 to that.
Okay.
Then I'll plus this to fairy
Sure.
and end step untap 2 lands.
All right. Okay, I guess maybe this is somewhat hopeful. I have an Uro.
That's pretty good.
All right,
21.
21. Draw. That's not a land. Play Sphere.
Yep.
Sack for green. And no point in doing it now. Pass to you.
End step, make a human.
Okay.
Plus to fairy, draw a card.
Okay.
Plus
I'm so
Narset
jealous
for
of
a
you
mana.
right now.
Cycle Rock and Triumph. So I gained 2 from the Narset, go to 25.
I don't think you can do that.
Oh, it's only to cast?
Yeah, cast non-creature spells. Dang it. Oh, I guess you lose.
Some reason I thought it was worded, you can't use this to cast creatures.
Yeah, no.
Not only
Guess you got to tap your Hallowed Fountain. Dang it.
Yeah, still going to make mana or whatever. I'm not going to draw a card with it.
Okay.
But in that case, I'm actually just going to play this tapped.
Okay.
Already drawn the card here. Attack for 1.
Take it.
You go to 20.
Yep.
And untap this on the end step and pass.
All right. I will sack for a blue.
Yep.
And we'll attempt to bring back Uro.
That resolves. You go to 23.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. A draw. I will take 2. We'll play a Mind Stone.
That puts you to 21.
And a land. Pass to you.
End step, I will cycle Shark Typhoon for 7.
All right, you win. Yeah, I think we can safely go to the next game.
I think I can use these 2 removal spells to exile the Uro.
Yeah, that's probably completely fine.
Teferi on 8 for next turn with another Teferi back.
Yeah, all right. I can see control, blue-white control originally, not so bad because you just don't have spot removal, but adding some red removal for Emery and Kinnan, this could be a tough one for the hero side here. But we're going to take a short break, and we're going to bring you a sideboard here between Sultai Paradox Engine combo and good old Jeskai control. Just some good honest magic right there.
That it is.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to Sideboarding here between Sultai Paradox Engine combo and Jeskai control. For me, you don't sideboard much. I'm a Karn deck, so I'm just taking out this one of Cultivator's Caravan because it's quite random anyways, and then the one Aether Gust because it doesn't have very many targets, just for a couple of counter spells, so pretty simple on my end.
A little bit more complicated on my side.
Oh, this deck scares me. Is that a rest in peace? We don't see those.
For the most part, I'm just upgrading my disruption. You know, I think the extra counter spells are nice. Whirlwind Denial is actually kind of cute because if you manage to sneak a Paradox Engine onto the battlefield, Denial can counter the trigger.
Oh, yeah.
And sort of stop the turn, like counter the spell and the trigger. Now I get to untap.
Okay.
And maybe interact.
That's pretty cute.
Magma Spray, really good at dealing with your early creatures. I think the Aether Gusts and Wrath of Gods, for lack of a better term, these both have applications in the matchup, but they're weaker than what we're bringing in. So upgrades to our removal here. Same thing for Justice Strike. We get some really nice 8 cards in Rest in Peace, like Corey mentioned. The 1 copy of Heliod's Intervention can clear up a lot of things. You know, especially like Mind Stones, which are something that you use going long to find more gas.
Yep.
We got Narsets to stop you from drawing extra cards in your turn, which is nice. I'm going to cut the Narset of the Ancient Way. Just a little bit too expensive for what it does.
Yep.
I'd rather have the cheaper Narset here. And then cutting a couple Shark Typhoons, not that necessary to put you under a ton of pressure. I'm mainly winning the game with Teferi.
Yes, Teferi is definitely your card. It's nice to see some Teferi decks coming up and actually being viable. It seemed like that was going to be a card that like just didn't translate over from being, you know, one of the best cards, if not the, in Standard, to like porting over and not being playable.
Yeah.
But it's nice that now that a metagame is being established, we're starting to see blue-white control do well. Even Jeskai control, I think there had to have been some place where people were finding this deck list as like a new hot deck because it top 8'd the SCG tournament this last week.
That's where my list is coming from.
Yep, but I mean, I've been playing against it on the ladder before. I personally don't think it's that great just because it's going to have very polarizing matchups. It's going to be very good in some and very bad in the other. But if you pick the right matchups that you're expecting, then that deck could be amazing. And right now I look at it like Paradox Engine decks probably has a good matchup. I look at Sultai, probably not bad actually. You know,
I mean, we saw Brad Barclay at the Zendikar Rising Championship dominate Sultai decks over and over again with blue-white.
Yeah.
I think adding the red definitely makes you worse in that matchup. It
does, yeah.
But to me, that's a sign that control players are saying, we think our Sultai matchup is great.
Yeah.
And we can afford to sacrifice, even though this is far and away the most popular deck in the metagame, because we need a little bit of help against some of the creature decks.
Yeah. And then I just picture, like you play against Jun Sacrifice and LOL, good luck, like you're probably not beating that. But main thing I'm just trying to say is if you call the metagame right with a deck like that, you're probably going to do quite well.
Yeah, and that's sort of been the name of the game for control for much of the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
outside of Teferi in Standard, because Teferi was powerful enough in Standard to carry control decks. even if the metagame wasn't great for them, it's not quite that powerful, though it is powerful enough for control decks to compete in other formats.
True.
Just not be at the very top.
True. All right. Dan, you got one question for us before we get started?
So I do not have a question, but we do have stuff about Kaldheim.
Oh, let's hear it. Let it begin.
First things first, the mothership released the list of everybody who's going to be getting a preview card.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you are. January 13th. Corey's going to be previewing a card.
Exactly.
For the set.
Yeah, they give me one now. I like it.
Yeah. But as far as like other previews are concerned, we do have ones for today because this week, according to Magic, is Kaldheim Heavy Metal Week. Woo!
Okay.
And so thanks to the band Mastodon, they have shown to us the last 4 pathways of the cycle.
Okay.
So we have the green-blue, which is Bark Channel and Tide Channel. We have the black-red, which is Blight Step and Seer Step.
Going right in my Arcanist deck.
The
Heck yeah.
black-green, Dark Boar and Slither Boar. And finally the white-blue, Hengegate and Mistgate.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
There will be a quiz at the end of the show, so did you make sure to write that down?
I don't think I got one of them, actually. I was just listening to the color combinations, but
I had to double check because I keep forgetting which ones have been done for Zendikar.
And so that's all we got so far, right?
That is all we have so far.
So we kind of already knew that, but still, I am just hyped, and I still think it's absolutely absurd to not just give us all of them from the last set. Just give us all the pathways. Except maybe just leave blue-green out forever. Like, they don't need any help.
It's now a 9-card cycle.
Yeah.
So remember, it's just like, it's Heavy Metal Week. So we have stuff from today. There will be stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, 15th through the 17th, we're supposed to be getting stuff,
we'll have stuff for, they'll probably
I'm
be
sure
something
by
for us to
Friday,
talk
Ozzy
about
Osbourne
on
will be
Thursday.
previewing cards. I don't know.
Yeah, if he remembers.
And there might be more stuff today. Who knows?
And I know there's like 2 new planeswalkers I read. I don't remember the names of them. But then like a Tybalt is coming back, but they didn't say anything besides like art.
Tybalt and Kaya are returning planeswalkers to the set.
What's up?
It's Tybalt and Kaya.
Yeah. Okay.
Kaya's, I think, is on the key art.
Wow, just trying to make all the worst planeswalkers, just try to get them playable.
Kaya took a lot of flack during that previous season, and it has seen significant play across multiple formats.
It has seen significant one-of play in decks, I agree, yeah.
That's more than a lot of planeswalkers can say.
Yeah,
it is
true.
Easily in the top half of planeswalkers
That's
all
fair.
time.
That's fair. War of the Spark kind of ruined that data, though, because there are a lot of uncommon planeswalkers.
Okay, get rid of the entirety of War of the Spark. I still think you're in the top half.
Okay, fair.
There's a lot of bad planeswalkers.
True. I don't know, though. I mean, sure, those releases aren't anything too crazy. We kind of knew about most of them, but I'm excited. It's time.
Yeah, that's a nice way to kick it off. Like, okay, you knew this was happening.
Yeah.
Just sort of the first day is the reminder. Oh, by the way, this is happening.
Yeah.
Get set every day. Now the hype is going to be there.
I'm really hyped to get Fabled Passage out of my Arcanist deck. That's the main thing I'm thinking is you normally think with any escape card you just want Fabled Passage, but it's still the worst land. So if I can get some pathways.
And maybe you'll play some, but you probably won't play 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could easily see playing 2.
Yes, exactly. Something like that. All right, well, off to a great start here. I'm going to mulligan my 1-lander.
I will be keeping my 4-land 5-spell hand.
Well, that's 9 cards, you cheater.
I know. I need to stay in contention for the marbles here, so
you just drew some extras.
Yeah.
That's fair. My Rakdos Arcanist deck, I feel like I had
you definitely drew some extras.
15 spells in my 7-card hand. So, all right, I'm going to mulligan down to 6.
You mean 5?
Probably. Probably. All right, I'll keep. But yeah, this is just okay. Put this to the bottom, and I will start with the lawnmower. Here we go.
I will play a Rogran Triumph.
Okay, I have a Chromatic Sphere. I'm gonna take 2, go with blue.
So you're at 18, got a blue in pool.
Blue in pool. And I will play a Kinnan. Pass to you.
I will play a Valakut Stoneforge.
Okay.
And I will Magma Spray the Kinnan.
Kinnan's dead.
Pass the turn.
So glad you didn't Magma Spray Llanowar. I will take 2 and play Karn. All right.
You got a 16?
Yep. Now let's... My hand is not very good. Let's negative... And... Ugh. It's weird. I kind of want to get this really bad card. Yeah, I'm going to get a Caravan. Pass to you.
Got another Valakut Stoneforge.
Okay. Is that card even good in the deck?
I'm not sure. But I like that my spells are lands.
Yeah, that's fair.
Scorching Dragon, fire down the Karn, and pass the turn.
All right. 1-2. Gross. I will play the Caravan and attack for 1.
I'm at 19.
Your go. Oops.
You got 3 in hand?
3 in hand. They're all medium.
Yeah, I'll play Sulphur Falls and a Narset.
Okay.
And -2 it.
Okay.
Oof. I will take the only spell in the bunch.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. A draw. Oh, worst possible draw.
The 4th Kinnan.
A tap land. Yeah, I think I will play Paradox Engine.
Yep.
Play a Mox. Untap. And attack Narset for 1. Pass to you.
So not a lot going on there.
It looks like I have a lot going on, at least. That's all that really matters, right? Yeah, I wish that turn was an escape to the wilds.
-2 the Narset.
Okay. Yeah, escape to the wilds there would have just been so good.
Let's take Cast out.
Okay.
And yeah, your last card certainly isn't Kinnan. You would have played it if it was.
That's true.
And that's the only thing I think. I guess if you had an Uro, you can Uro Crew Caravan.
That'd be kind of cute.
Go. Oh, I guess yeah, okay. I don't know why I had the numbers on this card in my head confused. And it's just a tricky spot here where I kind of want to get my Teferi down and just start pumping it up and drawing cards because that'll really put me ahead. There's not a lot of cards Corey can have to really punish me.
Yeah.
What does Karn do? Because you effectively get to play Karn for 2 mana because you tap these 2. But I guess if you do that, you're not going to be able to attack the... Yeah, because then they untap.
Yep.
So then you have kind of 3 mana to find something to crew the Caravan with. No, it's still 4 mana again.
Yeah, and then it keeps on tapping. So
yeah, it keeps on tapping. So if you have some sort of creature to find with a Karn, that could be problematic. My hand is pretty bad. That's my other reason to want to just start drawing cards. Yeah, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to shock to 17, play Teferi, and plus.
Okay.
And untap 2 lands and pass.
All right.
I don't like how Corey is so nonchalant about this.
Well, I didn't have a Karn.
And then he drew one.
Yeah, I'll play a Karn. Trigger. Resolve.
Yep. I assume there's something to find here, but
I mean, worst case, I could just pump up this Paradox engine and attack you. Yeah.
Plus it, sure. That would generally be fine. I've drawn a card off the Teferi. I have an answer to the Karn.
Okay, I guess we're going to go with -3. I'm going to get Ancient or Ancestral Statue.
We got a reader.
We got a reader. It is a 3-power creature.
Okay.
Then, yeah, I'm going to play it. Trigger.
Yep.
I'm going to... and I get to return... I'll return this. Just trigger Paradox Engine again if I want. I will crew the Caravan.
Yep.
Attack Teferi and attack you.
I'll go to 18.
Okay, and I don't think...
I shocked last turn, so I should be at 16.
Okay.
So 16 all.
Don't think I want to do anything else, and I'll pass to you. Just a very unplayable common. Let's slap it in that board. Yeah, it was pretty good there. I wonder what it would actually be for.
Yeah, I'll go to 14. I will cast out the Karn.
Okay.
And play Search for Azcanta.
Okay.
And pass the turn. I might just get beat down this game.
Yeah, it is one of the plans. Okay, so I'm going to add green-blue, Mox.
Yep.
Actually, I'll crew as well before that, so that untaps. So now this is a crewed vehicle. Now, green-blue as well. I'm going to float a blue. I'm going to play Uro, trigger on the stack, crew again, untap. So 1 blue floating.
Sure. So you get a 19 from the Uro.
Yep. Yeah.
Blue and pool.
And then as Uro's still in play, I'll add another blue, so 2 blue.
Sure.
Yep. Ooh, that was the best possible. Blue, green.
So 3 blue and a green.
Yep. 4 blue and a green, right? Because I had 2 blue. So for one,
you had 2 blue, and now you had blue green.
It doesn't matter.
So you have 3 blue and a green.
Okay, so down to 2 blue and a green.
Yep.
Untap, trigger. Green, green, blue.
So I have green, blue when you...
So I had 3 in pool, right? So I go up to 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go down to 2.
So blue, green floating.
Uro, untap.
Go to 22.
Draw. Now the question is, how many Wraths do I think you still have in? I don't think a lot. So I'll use that blue, put Giganta into my hand. 3, 4, 5, Giganta.
Yep.
And then I will attack for
9.
9.
Yep. Me to 5.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I know what I need.
A Wrath?
Upkeep, trigger, search.
Okay.
I do not need a Hallowed Fountain.
Okay. Drum roll. That was a turn, though. That was quite the turn.
That is still Hallowed Fountain.
Your deck did not hear you.
Needed another anger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I drew both my Rest in Pieces, but like there was never a point where it was good to play it. Obviously, like you ended up getting the Uro that turn, but I
ended up drawing Uro into Emery just the best possible, but yeah.
But it, like,
we snuck out
the Rest in Pieces wouldn't have beaten, even if you had bricked that turn. The Rest in Pieces wouldn't have beaten anything. That was the problem. I drew multiple Teferis, multiple Rest in Pieces. There was the one early turn where I decided to kill Kinnan instead of Llanowar Elves, and that was partly determined by the fact that I had an anger. I wanted you to play, like, I thought, if you have more Kinnans, I'll kill the Kinnan and you'll play it. If I leave the Kinnan, then you won't. Yeah. And if you have a little bit more mana, maybe you'll overextend a little bit more, and I'll get more value out of this anger. As it turned out, Karn was a big Punisher case the opposite direction. That's what you had, and from that point on, I just never got back into the game. Yeah, the way it played out, I wasn't going to play Magic if you killed it, but I totally get the reasoning, and it could have
been the other way around where I had a Mox and I just go bananas on you next turn, you know? So, no, I think it's reasonable, but I drew like second Paradox Engine when my hand was Paradox Engine Karn into like another 4-mana spell and then Mox, you know? So I wasn't going to do anything for a few turns if you did kill Llanowar.
Which would have given me the time to land a fairy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
start
then I'm done.
ferrying.
Then I'm done. I can't miss turns in an already pretty bad matchup, I think. And now I just have to, on the draw, just hope you just never have Rest in Peace. Like, that could be a problem, but...
I mean, you won that game pretty much through Rest in Peace.
That's true. That was a pretty nice game.
Cultivator's Caravan. He scoffed at that card before the show.
Well, I put it in the sideboard, so I had 4 of them instead of just 1, so... But yeah, it doesn't seem good to me.
Hey.
It was awesome there. And then I beat you with Cultivator's Caravan and the 3-4 for
statue.
4. Yeah. All right, Dan, you got a question for us while we get ready for our third and final game of round number 2?
Yeah, so Ross, what are your thoughts on Giannis re-signing with the Bucks?
Ooh, he signed his extension?
Yes, he did.
So I assume just full Supermax, 5 years?
Let me look up the details real fast.
We need confirmation on that. That's important.
It's like $240 million for 5 years.
Giannis, yeah, he's a beast.
5 year, $228 million.
228. Okay. Is there any player option at the end of that?
That's about what we get for Versus, right?
It's a $228 million Supermax extension, opt out after year 4.
After year 4. Okay. So he has the ability to leave after 4 years, but can take the 5th. Cool. I mean, that was the entire point of them. So the Bucks made a big trade in the offseason to get Drew Holiday.
Oh, okay.
Who's the shooting guard for New Orleans last year. He's been in New Orleans for a while. Known as a awesome on-ball defender, reasonable shooter, though I think he's a little overrated there. Sort of right at all-star level, maybe a little bit worse. And that they weren't happy with Eric Bledsoe, who had been their point guard.
I'm just surprised that they lost so badly to the Heat, and their team is so good.
Their team is very, very good, but also very predictable.
Yeah,
not very adaptable. So they wanted to upgrade Eric Bledsoe. They did that. They paid a pretty high price to do it, and definitely an overpay on their part. But part of the overpay was to incentivize Giannis to sign the Supermax, because if he leaves, then their team's done anyway.
Yeah,
so
that boy's good.
It made sense. They got their re-sign. Glad to see Giannis stay in Milwaukee. Small market team. Keep their star player. Hopefully, he's there for a while.
Love it. All right, game number 3. You start.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't Paul George them. Demand a trade in like year 2
and just bounce.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem like that kind of player.
Yeah, hopefully not. You never know. I'm not one to begrudge players that much either way. It's their life and their career, and we're just fans. But yeah, I generally all other things equal, I would prefer to see a little bit more parity.
Fair.
I'd also prefer to see star players stay in the Eastern Conference.
There you go.
More of them go
stay away from the
Eastern Conference. So I like that part of it too.
All right, how's your hand?
My hand is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'll keep. It's nothing insane or anything, but
start on a Roger and try home.
Okay. I will start with the Llanowar Elf. Your go.
What are you, me? You had a Llanowar Elf turn 1 all 3 games.
I know.
Is this what I do to people?
It is. How rude of you.
It doesn't seem fair. Hey, Sulfur Fall, search for Iskanta.
Okay.
Love having the search on turn 2. Means I'm not as pressured to find an early spot for Teferi, because the search will also start generating card advantage.
All right. I have a Breeding Pool.
So you're going to go to 18, shocking that one in?
Yep. And then let's go with a
Mind Stone.
And Chromatic Sphere and Llanowar Elf. Pass to you. I did some things.
You did do some things. 3 cards in hand?
3 cards.
Okay, I'm going to put this Anger the Gods in the graveyard.
Whoa. I guess it's not that great here.
I'm going to cast this Anger the Gods from my hand.
Okay.
Shocking for a Steam event.
Sure.
So 18 all.
Yeah, I was considering not playing double Llanowar, but then I just weighed the pros and the cons, and it wasn't that important to my game plan, so I think I'm okay with that. So let's start with a sack for green. Okay. blue. Kinnan. This would have been a good turn if you didn't do that. So
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
So you're at 16.
I will play Chromatic Sphere and pass to you.
So let's trigger the search. You have 2 cards in hand.
2 cards.
You've gotten up to 3 mana that turn. I'm going to put this Glacial Fortress in the graveyard.
Okay.
Turn off return. I'm going to shock to 16 myself.
Okay.
And I am going to abrade the Kinnan.
All right. I'll sack this for blue. Double blue.
Yep.
And negate.
Sure. Scorching Dragonfire the Kinnan.
All right.
Pass the turn.
Enough of that. Enough of that.
Got 3 in hand now?
Yep. All right. I will play Lan and Kinnan.
Sure.
Pass to you.
Upkeep, trigger search.
Yep.
Let's put Howl Fountain in the graveyard.
Okay.
So, declined to buy the Gigantha this turn.
Gigante.
Which you could have done while still leaving up your dispute. Do you have another negate? Huh. I'll go to 14 and play Teferi.
Blink.
Okay, could have just done both.
Yeah, but now I'm 1 mana away from activating Kinnan. And Giganta's just okay, you know?
Huh. I mean, you don't have to get rid of the Mind Stone.
Oh, yeah, but if you play Cast Out. If you cast out
okay.
my Kinnan, then I can't counter. I can't counter a non-blue spell.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right. That wasn't great.
Not a lot going on Corey's side.
No.
So if he starts activating the Kinnan, there could be. I've just got to get this search online.
And you're there already, right?
Yeah, it's going to be online this next turn, regardless of where I put the card, which is nice.
Yeah, it's not great. With that being the case, I kind of want to try to like get a Maelstrom Pulse or something. I'm going to sack Mind Stone. Okay.
I'm probably regretting not buying the Gigantha.
I was. I will play a Chromatic Sphere.
Sure.
I will add... It's actually tough. Double blue. I'll buy Gigantha. I'll take it for 2.
Sure. So I'm at 14.
Here we go.
I know you have Gigantha X in hand.
Yep.
Okay, upkeep search trigger. Not a bad card, especially now that the Kinnan is... I guess if you had Mox Amber, you can activate it next turn.
Yep. Mox Amber and Kinnan are besties. Mox Amber is like, get out of here.
I'm going to leave this on top.
Okay.
Transform. I'm going to play this Valakut tapped.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. 1, 2. All right, this is incredibly awkward. I will attack for 2.
I'm at 12.
I will play Gigantha.
I will counter that.
Okay. Your go.
I will activate Escanta.
Okay.
I will select a cast out.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
You're at 12 or 10?
12.
Okay. I will attack for 2.
10.
Your go.
Pass the turn. I guess you can activate. Okay. On your upkeep,
Okay.
I will cast out the Kinnan.
Okay. A draw. I'm going to cast Kinnan?
Sure.
Emery?
Sure.
Top 4. Earl. Wrong blue-green card. Okay, here we go.
End of turn, activate Azcanta.
Okay. This Azcanta's going to eat me alive.
Fine, Dovin's Veto.
Okay.
That was a good one. Play Grafter's Cage.
God, okay. God, does this shut down the ability too?
No, because it puts it into your hand, right? Oh, no, it's onto the battlefield?
You may put a
it shuts down both.
from among them onto the battlefield.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I just got to find answers to this 3 damage a turn when I'm at 10. Hopefully I don't die to mediocre beatdowns. Yeah, it shuts down both.
Yeah, because I do cast it. That's right.
Yep.
Or it's not just putting into play? No, it's put it into the battlefield. I'm not casting it.
Yeah, but it says they can't enter from libraries or the battlefield,
right,
and you can't cast spells from there.
Yep, that's definitely it then. All right, I'm dead.
You can't fetch for Dryad Arbor against Grafter's Cage. I mean, I am at 10, you have 3 power.
Yeah, all right, attack for 3.
I'm at 7.
I got a Llanowar. Your go.
It actually increases the clock.
Yeah.
I will activate Azcanta.
Okay.
I will select Cast Out.
That's a bad start. You get my biggest beater.
This one is also good. the third anger.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Sure. Well, I had the 4th cannon. Yeah, I'm dead. I can't win.
I mean, you have 2 more creatures.
Yeah, I'll play them both. Here go. Activate your Azcanta.
Yeah, activate Azcanta.
Needed Earl a little bit
Zorb.
sooner, or just a combo piece. I had so much good setup, but just not quite enough.
Play a tap, Steam Vents, cast out the Kinnan,
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Okay. Awkward.
Yeah, now if you try to cast a spell, you reduce your clock.
Yeah. I'll cast an arrow.
I mean, sure, you go to 19.
Attack.
I'll go to 6.
Here go.
End step, activate.
Yep. All right, for the sake of time, I'm conceding so we can have
select
time
the
for our
rest in peace.
last round. Yes.
That should do it.
That should do it. Honestly, I was feeling pretty good if
I guess I had the cage anyway, so.
until the cage. You know, the cage is what really did me in there.
Drawing a Magma Spray.
Yeah.
Now my hand is absorb,
You were looking
veto.
You were looking at the top 5 cards every single turn to deal with a 1/1. I think you had it. Yeah.
It can feel sort of, a little nerve-wracking when you're in a spot like that. You're just like, well, I am the one who has to find it, but you're such a big favorite to find it that you know, it's just a matter of time.
I totally agree. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for our second round here. Now we got the third round for the marbles, and I am going to be playing the deck that just crushed the SCG event last week. Another 12-0. I think everybody who has won these last 2 SCGs, maybe even the last 3, just hasn't lost. It's like, I don't need the one loss. I will just be taking it all. So, and that is Sultai. Sultai or 4-color. I can't remember.
Sultai.
Yeah, just straight Sultai. People are like, yeah, the sacrifice decks are at an all-time low, so you don't need a Sharn.
Yeah, it's become the more, the more popular list between the two, and I think the more successful as well.
Yeah.
But you will be playing against a sacrifice deck. This is the Paulo Vitor Damadorosa's deck from the Arena Open. He got to 7 wins on day 2. This is the company style list that I do favor, and we'll see just how important those Yasharns are. You never miss anyone until they're not there.
That's true. I'm going to be missing my medium pig, that's for sure. So, all right, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with more Versus Live action.